Hey, this is Lowe with Soul Harbor, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our chilly January show. And this is January 11th, 2021. Some of you may have gotten a little ice, a little hail, a little sleet. And I think most of it has dissipated a little bit. But we are ready to get going. I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News at Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe, FM 104.5, 106.1. And this is Facebook Live on Conroe Culture News, and it's live streaming on irlonestar.com. So today we're going to talk all about Meals on Wheels and their upcoming events. And anything else they have going on, because this show, this whole hour is about Meals on Wheels. My guests right now are Sarah Redfield. She does outreach, development, and events for Meals on Wheels, Montgomery County. And I have the renowned Vinny Sinisi of Team Sinisi Real Estate Group, Keller Williams.
Right.
And I'm sure we'll hear from the both of them quite a bit. And then joining us a little bit later in the show is Jillian Lennon. She's the compliance director of Meals on Wheels of Montgomery County. This is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic, located by Conroe High School. And if you're a new patient, they give your $25 visit back to CASA with every new patient. So they are located at 3033 West Davis, right there by Conroe High School and Taco Bell. So something else that's going on, something positive. It's rolling into Mardi Gras season.
I don't think you can say positive.
Yeah, we're not positive, Margie. We're negative.
Okay. This has something to do with COVID, okay? Just letting you know. So Mardi Gras, it's Mardi Gras time. So you can get some freshly baked king cakes right down the road at Vernil's New Orleans Bakery and Cafe. And they have traditional cakes for $19.95, and you can get some with cream filled. You can get praline, pecan, raspberry, apple filling for a little bit more. You can stop by or you can call them to get your king cake. So also January, as you probably already know, is clearance time. So you can go to the Assistance League right down the street, and they give back to like 9 different organizations to help seniors, help
They give
the homeless. They
scholarships.
give scholarships. They do a lot of wonderful
nice.
things.
School clothes.
I just dropped things off right before I got here again. I seem to do that every other week, especially since I moved. I keep gleaning more and more things, and probably because I'm eating more as well, too. So a lot of things don't work out. But there's the Assistance League that's got all their Christmas at 75% off, and that's whether it's clothing or kids' items, ornaments, any of their Christmas decor is all 75% off right down the street. And another fun thing is that this downtown Conroe is a music-friendly destination and has live music 7 days a week. So every day there's something going on. There's 2 brunches on Sundays there's one at Red Brick Tavern and Pacific Yard House, and of course there's live music. Open mic Monday through Thursday at the Corner Pub. It's free. Go in there. And then all 3 of those venues have live music Friday, and Saturday, yes. So with that, we're going to roll right into Meals on Wheels and why we're here today. So we're going to talk a little bit about the organization, some transitions they've gone through in the last year of the COVID thing, and what some upcoming events. So welcome, Sarah and Vinny. To the show.
Thanks
Vinny,
for
you
having
got your
us.
hat on. Is it like cold in here?
39 degrees, 41 now. Field likes temperature 832 below zero.
It is not that bad.
No, where I grew up, this would be a warm front.
Yes. Well, thanks for having us, Margie. We really appreciate it. And Meals on Wheels is always happy to tell our story. We started in 1973. We used to be called the Friendship Center. We've been around a long, long time. And at that time, we not only did meals and transportation, but we did activities, we did games, we took the seniors on different little tours. But it became untenable. It wasn't. We weren't able to keep it going. So we thought, what is the most important thing we need to do to help our seniors? And one is to provide food for them, and the other is to provide transportation so they can get to their doctor's visits, the urgent places they need to go. So we now, luckily enough, got to move into that big, beautiful building that was renovated for the Homeless Coalition
It's beautiful.
a couple years ago, and it didn't work out for them, so we moved in there. And there are 8 stoves in there, which is a godsend for our chef, John, who is a wonderful chef. He loves to cook. But at our old location, there was only 1 stove.
Isn't that amazing?
So he could
For
only,
all that you did.
Yeah. He could only cook a limited number of food in that 1 stove and that 1 steamer. So anybody who lived in a radius outside the 336 loop would get frozen meals. Because, the temperature, you have to, for health regulations, keep the temperature of the food
Hot food's hot, cold food's
right.
cold, right.
Like
So-
today, delivery would be perfect.
Yes.
Just leave it in your car.
So we used to buy the frozen meals because he did have the capability to cook them. But now that we're in the new building, our kitchen staff, John and all his wonderful staff, cook all the meals, and then we flash freeze them. And when we first transitioned to this at the beginning of the year, there was different colored trays depending on if it was a bought meal or a in-house prepared meal. And we would get calls from the seniors going, I don't want that meal in the black box. I want that meal in the white
They
tray.
knew, right?
They could taste the difference.
Yeah,
John is
sure.
just incredible.
Wow.
He is.
Really puts his heart and soul into it.
Have you tasted any of his food items?
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, the function we did, excuse me, was that 4th of July? What does it do when we gave away the
yes,
flags?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, a couple of people didn't know I tasted their food, but anyway, it was.
Yeah, it's really good. So we've been able to grow a lot.
Oh, it's awesome.
Just
Yeah.
when I first started over 4 years ago, we had, I think, 350 seniors on homebound meal service, and now we're up to 710.
Wow.
So it's an amazing, and we've been able to do it with wonderful sponsors and community supporters.
I remember the first time I got asked, because Keller Williams had a partnership with Meals on Wheels. This was maybe 15 years ago, and we would volunteer to do the deliveries. And I delivered some food. The first time I did it, I delivered food in Tamina, And, those people are waiting at the door for you to walk up to that door with that
Absolutely.
meal, and they are so grateful. It's very fulfilling, and it really brings you down to a level that you say, giving is getting. It's very fulfilling.
And they're
it makes
happy
your heart
to see you because you're someone they can talk to.
absolutely, and they don't see many people during
No.
the day. So, plus on a day like today, Tamina is noted that they don't have some utilities over there, and they want it that way. And I remember Tom Cox years ago trying to form a partnership to get things done like that. But there's a lot of people that 710. That's crazy.
Yes,
So,
and the other good thing, so particularly on a day where you have a weather condition like today, the volunteer can, when they're there, can see if something's wrong. It's a safety check. Then that has been a really big thing. And if you're delivering and the client doesn't answer the door, well, there's a protocol. You call, they don't answer the phone call, then we reach out to someone to go check on them.
yeah. So when I asked you a few months ago if I could help deliver, and you said, because of this COVID thing, your protocol changed a little bit. Can people still volunteer?
Yes, that we had to stop deliveries in March all the way through June. Not deliveries of the food, but volunteer deliveries.
Which means y'all were all out there doing all the
Yes,
deliveries.
We were pretty tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our staff really stepped up. We have an amazing staff. Every single person that works there really has a heart for the seniors. It's just incredible. So yes, everybody was doing double duty, but that has opened back up, and we love to have meal delivery volunteers. And Vinny, it's not that big of a commitment. It's about an hour.
Yeah.
An hour of your time. Pick up your meals at 10:30. You don't have to come to our office in Conroe to pick them up. There's locations all over the county because I don't know if everybody knows, but we deliver to all 1,000 square miles of Montgomery County. So if you're in Willis, there's a pickup location there, or Montgomery, or New Caney, Porter, there's the pickup location there. So you pick your meals up at 10:30. Your route can take from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how rural the area is, and then you're done.
So you say 1,000 square miles. Give people a perspective of where that is by maybe town. Like, is it Porter to?
Porter, New Caney, some parts of Kingwood are in Montgomery County. Willis, Montgomery, the town of Montgomery, the Woodlands, Tamina.
It's huge.
Magnolia.
And Magnolia.
Yeah.
And there's, I think, one little tiny zip code of Tomball that's in our service location.
And how often are the deliveries?
So if you are a hot meal delivery, you get 5 meals a week, and that's Monday through Friday. If you are in an area that we can't get have temperature-related distribution, you get 1 delivery a week, 5 frozen meals. But those are meals that John has cooked, so they're home-cooked, flash frozen meals.
Yeah.
And then you have the breakfast bags.
Yes.
Right.
That is a huge addition. We noticed that a lot of the seniors were pretty hungry on Monday, and a lot of the seniors have a lot of medication to take. Well, a lot of times you're supposed to take your medication in the morning, but you're not supposed to take it on an empty stomach. So we started a volunteer community-driven program called Breakfast Bags, and that's there's a little list. We have it online on our website. You can contact Rhonda Darby, our program coordinator, to sign up to do that. Some people volunteer and do a little breakfast bag drive at their office. Some people come to the office and do a team building. Of course, that's fairly
They can decorate
restricted
the bags,
and,
too.
and decorate the bags. The team building you can still do at our office, but it is more limited. We used to have, like ExxonMobil would come, and there'd be 30 of them. So now we're limited to about 15. That's how we can adequately space it. But you there'll be a soft granola bar. There will be some oatmeal, maybe some coffee creamers, some little breakfast nutrition that they can manage.
Easy meals that they
like
can
little
just
peanut
open
butter
right
cups,
away and
peanut butter
eat.
cups or peanut
Yes.
butter crackers.
It's a supplement.
So they have something on their stomach before they take their medicine. And I was just talking with Rhonda this morning. We are up to 5,000 breakfast bags getting delivered every month.
That's awesome.
So that is something
Holy
for
crow.
if you have school kids who need some community service, or you want to do something but you're working. That's a Saturday delivery. It's the first and third Saturdays of the month is generally when we do that. And we have people who, I don't want to say covet, but they do. They covet a route. So as soon as that
It's
sign
their
up is
route.
open, they grab that route.
Sure.
Because they get to
And
know
how many
the seniors.
volunteers do you have, approximately?
Well, as far as the breakfast bags and the Animeals, I don't have a number there, but for the operations volunteers, those are the ones who are helping deliver the meals plus the kitchen work. We had in November 230, and that's 19,000 hours. And in December we had 234, and that was 1,800 hours.
How many meals? Read that.
Okay. The meals in December were incredible. We did 4,740 hot lunches and 9,095 frozen meals. With our breakfast bags, and I'll talk about it in a minute, the veterans' breakfast bags were 2,291. And we did 4,563 of breakfast bags. And Ensure and Glucerna is for those who might have just got out of the hospital or who are having difficulty swallowing. We did 482 liquid meals. And that's another thing we ask the community to help us out with, do a liquid meal drive. That's a really easy thing to do. There's Glucerna and Ensure, and that is something that cost us the most. So if the community can donate some of that for us, it really helps us out.
I've known you how long, and I didn't know a lot of this stuff.
Really?
How come you don't talk to me about this?
Because
I
you,
thought
talk,
we were
you
friends.
talk more than I do, Vinny.
We'll see.
They keep
hard
this
to
stuff
get a
close
word
to their
in
chest, but
edgewise.
Yeah.
now we're getting it out.
My God, that's over
But what I wanna
16,000
talk
meals.
about to Vinny, yes, we can talk a little bit more.
We'll talk a little bit more about all of that, but yes, let's talk about
Let's
Vinny.
talk about
Yeah,
Vinny.
let's.
I-
Everybody
come
raise
on.
their hand.
I've known Vinny for a really long time, and he's a great realtor. He helped us sell our house in the Woodlands, but he has a very generous heart. He's involved with another charity, which maybe we can talk about on another radio show
Yeah.
time.
Well, you can still
But-
mention it. What is
I'm
it?
going to mention it.
Yeah.
Baseballforbabies.org. Bring your tissues. Go to the website, baseballforbabies.org, and check it out. You'll be very touched.
Yeah, I was very moved. Vinny was kind enough to, when I couldn't drive because of my Achilles rupture, which Margie has
Been there,
also
done
had there, drove me to a Magnolia Chamber that was way the heck out in the country.
Yeah, it
What
was out there
that
by the
luncheon?
Renaissance
Yes,
Festival.
yes, and he told me that story, and I was very touched by
That was
that.
a good deal. Good deal. We love it. My daughter started it after our grandbaby passed away 13 years ago, and now we raise a bunch of money. Every dime that she raises goes to the charity. She gives money to Texas Children's Hospital to buy microscopes. We've donated a bunch of money to buy a machine that finds heart defects, and they can be operated on 12 weeks in the womb.
Oh my gosh.
In the United States, that's not part of the protocol. In Europe, it is. And the reason it's not part of the protocol because the insurance companies won't pay for it. So we have the #1 infant mortality rate in the world, the United States. Did I just say that? Did that
Is
come
that
out
true?
of my? That's true. It just
Wow.
came out of 1 in 100 babies
That is scary.
perish
That's
pretty
because
high.
well
Yeah.
because when they make the transition from being underwater for X number of months and then they have to breathe, their heart can't keep up with it, and they could have been fixed while they were in the womb. They were all crying at Washington National Hospital because we did that. So we have ball players that I coached and play for all these major league teams that help support us. That's why it's baseball for babies. My son was a big ball player, and in fact, we just lost one of the best high school coaches around, Coach Farrell. So we've been around a long time, and here's the deal for all these charities. I'm overwhelmed during the toughest of times. 2020 was a challenging year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed at the generosity that people step up and donate money, cakes,
You're right,
food,
Vinny. It's
clothing.
amazing.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And I grew up without a dad. I wouldn't say we were dirt poor, but we were kind of poor. And my mom used to give our stuff away. And Mom, please. She goes, you don't need 2 shoes, okay? It's summertime. All right, thanks, Mom. So that's how I grew up. So I have DNA that tells me that I should give back. And if you give back to the universe will give back to you. That's my feeling.
true.
You know that. We've had that discussion
Yes.
several times.
Yes,
So talk about the real estate market. You
Yeah.
want to really be bored?
Well, so tell us about what the name of your real estate group is.
Yeah, Team Sinisi Real Estate Group. I've been in Montgomery County since 1980. Started the real estate group in 2005. We have the top team in the market center that serves really. I can sell real estate in all of Texas, but we'll go to pretty much all those towns that you mentioned with Meals on Wheels. That's why it kind of appealed to me because we'll do Magnolia, we'll do Tomball, we'll
You're
do.
familiar with the areas.
Yeah, yeah. And in 1983, I ran the Red Cross Center in Porter for the hurricane. Was that Alicia?
Alicia, I think.
Yeah. And people walked in there with, seriously, a stick with a pillowcase with all their belongings in it. And that was a big wake-up call for me that, man, people need our help. So,
All the time.
so it's good. And you know what? It doesn't take a lot of time to help.
No, Vinny's been really great before even becoming a sponsor of our event. He
Well, let's
always
talk about that.
MC'd.
How he connects with Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, Vinny has been the MC of our events
Yeah,
for several years.
I get asked to do all these MC events, which I love.
Is that a surprise, Margie?
Because
Shocking.
because I announce the Woodlands Online football games at CI. We do all
You
this.
still do that?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is our
okay.
7th year. I thought after the first 7 minutes, I thought this thing's going to crater. We're never going to make it. And Coach Richard Carson, who retired from College Park, helps me, and we had the best year ever this year.
See, I didn't know you did that, Vinny.
I knew they
Yeah.
were doing it.
Yeah.
They started that several years back.
7 years ago.
Was it 7 years
Yeah,
ago?
and
the Friday
Woodlands
Night Games
Online
then?
wins the contract every year.
Yes.
It's a hoot because it's live streaming.
Eric
and this
Vicky are
year,
real good people.
yeah, and this year it was live streaming. UIL says you can't do live broadcasts on Friday for some reason, but this year because of this COVID thing,
Yeah.
we got to do it. So it's a blast.
Great.
It's really a fun deal. So that's fun. And then Meals on Wheels, MCing it mostly because I get a free beer.
Well,
at the
But you do two
B-52.
events.
He
Yeah.
does the sporting clay event, which is called the Great Pumpkin Shoot, aiming to feed seniors.
Now that-
I like
now
the
In
that's-
tagline there.
October.
That's a hoot too.
And it was very cold this year, but you had the heaters out.
No, last year it was cold.
Oh,
This
last
year,
Oh, this year too.
This year was so much nicer.
Oh.
We loved this.
It
and
was
talk
perfect.
about the sponsors and the gifts, and I mean, unbelievable.
We
I
had
just-
incredible donations. We are so fortunate to not have to. We like to be very frugal. We don't want to spend money going out and buying some big thing to auction off. People donate that to us, so then we get to keep all the proceeds to use for our seniors.
Right.
Here's
It's a
what's
higher net.
here's what's really crazy. When the COVID scare started in March, everybody thought the real estate market was going to just crater.
Yes.
Right? And it did. March and April, we had the best inventory we've ever had in the history of Team Sinisi
That's
Real
a
Estate.
positive way to look
And
at
I'm
it.
like twiddling my thumbs going, all right, well, I'm out of business. I'm going to have to go work for Meals on Wheels full time. And March and April, then June and July, records. So 2020 in the United States was the best year ever in the history of real estate in the United States. And 2019 was the best year before that year. So I don't know what's going to happen this year. Interest rates all-time low ever.
Ever, right, in our lifetime, aren't they?
2.65%
That's
for a
very
30-year
low.
note. And
so
if
you
you
have more eligible people that can do it.
yeah, and you can buy a bigger house because you can afford more.
Oh, bigger is better?
Well,
don't know.
well,
Don't do
well, the
that.
affordability issue is really important because wages, right? Wages aren't going up. So being able to afford because you can buy a little bit more because you don't have as much interest on it, that's really important. And the sectors that are most hit were the food service industries, the restaurants, and that. You can hardly go into a
Yes,
restaurant.
yes,
You can go to
that's-
Walmart, but you can't go to church.
Which
So,
brings me to
yeah.
a big announcement that we have. So our 5th annual Miles for Meals was scheduled for February 4th at B52 Brewery. I don't know if everybody's been there.
Surprise.
It is going to be postponed to April 17th
Why?
because of the restrictions on attendance. And we want people to feel safe. We don't want people to have any worries.
Even though it's outside, you have 500 runners or something?
Yes, we do. And even though B52 is a 6-acre beer garden, there's still some concerns
Well,
about
you're
the starting
next
line.
to each other. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the Houston
Not the-
Marathon is now virtual.
Yes.
For January.
Crazy.
And we
Just
didn't
this
want to do
weekend.
virtual. I think
Right.
people have done a lot of virtual and they want to be there.
True.
And we also wanted to give Margie more time to train, so that's another reason we pushed the race back.
That's right, avid runner.
Yeah, maybe I'll be running by then. I don't know. It's
I
not
saw you
looking
come
very-
across the finish line
Last
last year.
year.
Yeah.
It's because that's what you do when you
Was
go
it
to a
you and
finish line.
Jeff?
You always look good when you go to a finish line. Doesn't matter what you do out in the field. When you go
Yes.
there and at the end, you have to look
And
good.
the B52 location is fantastic. It's
Yes.
a 6-acre beer garden. It's got big trees. It's got outdoor picnic tables. It's got a Jenga. It's got a fire pit, which we won't need in April.
Never
so
know.
that will be great.
Possibly.
And along with your registration, you're supporting seniors. You get a great T-shirt. You get a souvenir pint mug with great logos on it. Meals on Wheels logo, B52.
Presenting
And
sponsor.
presenting sponsor.
Oh, I've got your
Team
sponsor stuff in my
Sinisi,
car too.
Logo on it. And that pint glass, you get 3 pints of craft beer.
Most important
3
part right
or
here. You get
lemonade.
beer.
That's
a
gone
lot.
up to 3. Lemonade, root beer, or
And it's okay to
craft
drink
beer.
because having
good
been
for your
a competitive
hamstrings.
runner for many, many years, it's carbos. You need those when you're
that's
done
right.
running.
That's
So
right.
it's okay to consume a little alcohol when you're finished,
Yes, so-
especially if you're not driving. That's all.
we
Just
have a
saying.
10K, and we have a 5K. So
Yes, and I actually wrote down the numbers. So you had 467 5K runners last year.
Wow.
And 10K was brand new.
yes, last
And
year
you
was the
had
first
90
year.
runners.
Yes.
So you've always hosted. So you're still going to host?
I'm hosting it this year, my
You know,
first.
as the
I'm
MC.
the
MC.
MC.
And the
Oh, yeah,
presenting
yeah, yeah.
sponsor, but he's the
I'm the
presenting
presenting
You're the
sponsor
presenting
this
sponsor,
year.
yes,
I don't
thank
know.
you very
My
much.
wife has just beat me over the head. What are you doing? I said, well, I got a couple charities that I want to do, and Baseball for Babies obviously is one, and Meals on Wheels is kind of like my other one.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, I like to help with other stuff, but not as fully engaged as those two. So And Baseball for Babies is my passion. So, and we donate a portion of every one of our sales to Baseball for Babies. Don't be asking me for Meals on Wheels.
No,
okay?
no. We appreciate all the help you've given us. And no, that's how we survive. We survive
That's
with
right.
community support. We are a very lean organization. We do not have a lot of frills or perks, and we try and keep it that way. If we can get community support, then we can serve more seniors. Because Jillian's going to come
Yeah,
in.
Jilly's about to come in as soon as we go on a break. But let me
Okay.
ask you one question. So it's good to be less than 10% for your fundraising and development.
Yes.
Do you know what rate y'all are at?
Last year, our fiscal year ends in October. I think we were 9.3.
So that's
Our expense
fantastic,
ratio,
because that
yes.
means that you're not spending as much towards marketing
it's a
development,
very,
but it's
low
going
margin.
towards the
Yes.
mission.
Yes, it's a
The
very
net
low
mission
margin.
of feeding
Yeah,
seniors. for
if
this.
you're only using 10% for administrative stuff, that's fantastic. When my daughter was raising money for March of Dimes, maybe I shouldn't say them, but I mean, only 10% that they raised went to the people that needed it. So she had enough of that, and she said, I'll do my own thing.
Well, and that's it. So that's a really important thing to look at. So thank you for mentioning that, because it shows people that your money, when you donate, really goes to the
That's
cause.
right.
Yes,
That's
and
right.
You know.
for those who don't know, all the money stays local. There are lots of Meals on Wheels organization. There's a national Meals on Wheels America, but we are Meals on Wheels Montgomery County, and all the money serves seniors that live in Montgomery County.
Huge county.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and invite Jillian to come in and visit with us and be the third of the guests that are here. So this is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic, and I'm Margie Taylor, and we'll be right back.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
God's Garage is a 501c3 that repairs and gives away cars for free to single moms, widows, and wives of deployed military. You can help God's Garage by donating a vehicle, volunteering your time, or by monetary donation. God's Garage is located at 2106 East Davis, Conroe. If you'd like to learn more about God's Garage, visit our website at godsgarage.org. Or you can contact us, and we would be glad to come and make a presentation to your group.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
And we are back. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, Taylor Eyes PR. And we just heard from Vinny Sinisi of Team Sinisi Real Estate Group, Keller Williams. He is the presenting sponsor for Miles for Meals, which is now moved to April 17th.
Saturday, April
from
17th.
February 6th. So we have better weather, and hopefully more people will have vaccinations, and everything will be a safer environment for us. And you know, then Meals on Wheels can make more money, right? Isn't that the name of the game? So we can feed more seniors.
Get more
Absolutely.
seniors off the wait
Yes.
list.
So Jillian Lennon has just joined us. She's the compliance director of Meals on Wheels, Montgomery County. Welcome, Jillian.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This will be fun. So, Jillian gave me some information. I wrote the 12 Days of Christmas series. The Conroe Courier asked me to do that again. So I did that again this year for the second year, and just highlighting different nonprofits and kind of compelling stories. And you gave me the information to write that story. And it was just so endearing about the husband and wife and how he helps her out every day, and she's 105.
105. She's our oldest client that we have on service.
And interestingly enough, I brought the figures here. We have 4 clients in their hundreds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, absolutely. One of our goals is to keep people in their homes for as long as they can and stay with their families and their spouses and just kind of grow old together. So we just want to take care of them with some meals.
And it was just very endearing, to write that, and how Meals on Wheels is making a difference in helping people live longer, actually, in our community, and making them feel good and safe, especially with the checks that you do, the welfare checks when they deliver meals. And then also, I don't know if we want to talk about this now, but sometime shortly, we're going to talk about transportation. In the curb to curb.
Yes, transportation is huge for us. There's not many options for our seniors here in Montgomery County. And one of our goals for 2021 is to expand to some more rural areas so that we can help more clients.
So, Jillian, would you explain the difference between the transportation clients and the homebound clients?
Sure.
I don't think a lot of people know about that.
Are there 2 different lists? Or how does that work?
So with transportation, they're not necessarily all homebound. We can get them to doctor's appointments. We can get them to the grocery store so that they can get their own groceries. Our home deliver clients who get meals delivered to their homes, they are homebound. They can't drive. They really don't have any family to help them out. And they really depend on our service for that meal every day.
And they're not able to cook.
And they're not able to cook. Absolutely.
So what are the requirements to allow them to be eligible for the transportation services?
The best thing to do is have them call our transportation line.
They have to be over 60.
They have to be over
They
60.
have to be 65.
No, it's changed.
No, it's 60.
Ooh, so I'm eligible.
Right. Yeah. Our big push is dialysis. We really like to reach out to our clients who need dialysis so that we can get them to their appointments. We always take medical appointments over any other type of appointment for the reason that, especially right now with COVID, we're taking special precautions on all our buses where everybody's having their temperature taken and there's social distancing on the buses and sanitation and all that. So right now we can't accommodate as many as we would like to, but we're keeping them as safe as possible and keeping the transportation going.
How far ahead do they need to make an appointment?
We ask 2 weeks.
Okay.
But sometimes there's an emergency situation where we can make it happen. About 2 weeks ago, we had a veteran, and he was a homeless vet, and they found him behind Subway, and we worked with the American Red Cross and the Salvation Army, and we were able to get him transportation to get to a hotel so that he would be able to have a place to stay. So we work with other organizations just to help out the whole community.
All right, to help fill the
And
gaps.
when I
Yeah.
was mentioning before how much our staff has invested in Meals on Wheels, everybody who is there really has a heart for taking care of seniors. The transportation staff too, like Milton is one of the drivers who's been a transportation driver the longest, and he's gone from transporting children to transporting seniors. He used to be a school bus driver.
Oh, nice.
And then Drew in East County, she knows all her clients inside and out. She's wonderful.
So you have, it sounds like, several people that use it quite regularly, and then on occasion, if somebody needs, they could call and make those plans.
Exactly.
And see if it's in the schedule that you can work with what their timeline is.
Yes, and like I said, part of our goal for this year is to grow our transportation, to go out to more rural areas. Right now, we can focus in on the central part of Conroe, going down 45, the Woodlands. We help out a lot of the seniors in the Woodlands area too. But my goal is to get up into the Willis area and into East County, and that's really where
Well, we need it.
they need the help.
Yeah, because there There aren't as many services for them out in those areas.
There really isn't. And
they're
we
going to have to come out this way anyway. And if they don't have transportation, they're in a bit of bad luck, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. How many people are getting serviced with transportation approximately right now?
As of right now, we're doing about 600 rides per month.
That's a lot.
Well, actually, before COVID, we were doubling that.
Wow.
So we have, cut back, and some people are just not riding for the reason of, safety, and that
Sure.
they are, self-containing themselves.
So we actually had to use, we were fortunate enough to be able to use our transportation buses at the Miles for Meals. Because Miles for Meals, there's a limited parking. So if you don't get there early enough to park, we have a shuttle set up. And we've used our buses and our transportation drivers.
Might as well.
So that's worked out really well.
So does the transportation services work on the weekends too?
No, we're just Monday through
Just
Friday.
Monday through Friday, and primarily appointments, especially now. But did
Exactly.
you ever take them, like, let's say they needed to go to Walmart or something like that? Did y'all offer those services?
We did, and we still will, but doctor's appointments and
Those are
dialysis
primary.
right now is kind of our main
Primary
focus. So if
thing.
there's anyone out there who's in need of getting to their dialysis appointment, that's definitely something that is a priority to us.
Sure, absolutely.
And we've done weekly Walmart runs, haven't we?
We have. Yep, absolutely. We have runs in the Woodlands at certain apartment complexes, and they call and they set up their rides, and then we'll take them for Walmart to pick up their simple groceries and whatever their needs are, toilet paper and all
Yeah,
that.
I've seen them before. Not lately, but over the years, I've seen them drop off, and people wait for their Meals on Wheels bus to pick them up outside Walmart, things like that. So it's good.
So meals, transportation, another thing a lot of people don't know about is pets.
Yes.
A lot of seniors live alone. Pets are very important to them as a companion, a socialization. So our volunteers came to us several years ago and said that they noticed sometimes toward the end of the month their clients were not eating their meal, but giving it or sharing it with their pet. So we started an all-volunteer program, community-based donations called Animeals. And it has grown tremendously. It is once a month or twice a month delivery of pet food along with the meals for the seniors so that their furry companions
And they love that.
are kept healthy. And the volunteers love it too because they get to play with the pets. And last month, I delivered pet food to over 300 seniors. So it's a really growing program.
And you had a huge donation last year, too.
Yes, we did. We're getting 1,000 pounds of pet food every month.
And that was through the Montgomery County Animal
Yes,
Shelter.
it was a contact
And
with
Nelda
Nelda
Blair.
Blair.
Yes.
Arranged that through the
That
Montgomery
was
County Animal
wonderful.
Shelter. And it has been a blessing because we do go through that pet food. And that, people love to volunteer with pets, and you can volunteer at Meals on Wheels to sort the pet food. That's always a big need. You can volunteer to put together breakfast bags. You can volunteer in the kitchen. It's not, we had talked earlier about meal delivery volunteers, but there's a lot of other ways you can volunteer. And Rhonda Darby is the program coordinator for all of those types of activities, and then Lisa Varholy would organize the meal delivery
And we have
volunteers.
different types of volunteers. We have a Girl Scout who went around and she put the addresses of people's homes on mailboxes so that the ambulance could see them. And then we have a lady who makes beautiful prayer blankets that we give to our clients who are going through chemo with just a beautiful letter attached to it to help them get through the hard times. And then we have engineers from churches who come and they do wheelchair ramps or help, with broken windows or any kind of repairs that is needed. So other than, and birthday cards.
Yes.
We get we get birthday cards that would put Hallmark to shame. I mean, they're just absolutely beautiful. And these are things that you don't even need to come into the office to do. These are things people can do from their own
Create
homes.
your own ideas of
Exactly.
ways to
Families
help
can do it on the
people.
weekends together. And it really just brightens up our seniors. It's more than a meal, and that's really what we focus on.
And we would like to thank everyone who was so generous over the holidays. We
Yeah.
were able to provide a gift to every single senior over the holidays with the support of the community. We had 300 Salvation Army Angel Tree clients, but then the remaining 410, we asked community to help, and we had an outpouring of
You had
love.
a stocking drive, didn't you?
Yes, it was stockings for seniors, and it was just remarkable.
And we
And
were
that-
actually able to get our transportation clients all gifts also. We have a lot of transportation clients in East County that are really in need. And it was really nice that we were able to give them a gift this year. So it was, everybody got something.
Yes,
it was a
it
really
was-
beautiful thing to come into work every morning, and you just never knew what was going to walk through the door. And it was just,
Appreciate that generosity.
yes, absolutely.
Well, and you mentioned that there's so many things that you can do for the seniors. And what I hear you mostly say is that you both have that passion to help seniors, and everybody else on your team does, and the volunteers, of course. But everybody on the team works together towards the same mission and the same goal. And you don't say, oh, well, I'm sorry, you can't touch that. You can't come to Miles on Meals because that's not your thing. No, everybody kind of works together, whether it's the transportation or the food delivery, such as during COVID
And
crisis.
even in the kitchen, when the kitchen staff is down,
whatever you
you'll
need to
find
do.
us in there.
That's right.
Uh,
With our
making
hairnets on
enchiladas.
and-
Put on
Yeah.
your mask and your gloves
That's
and
right.
get
Yes.
ready to help. And so let's mention some of the sponsors
For
that you
Miles
have,
for
and then
Meals.
then I want to talk about
so
a couple other
excited
things.
about Vinny being the presenting sponsor. Team Sinisi. If you have real estate needs, check with him. Waste Connections is a corporate sponsor, and Waste Connections is a waste service company that's headquarters is here in the Woodlands. They also do transfer, disposal, and recycling services. Telegistics has been a big sponsor of ours at the race. Randy Council is the principal of Telegistics. He's also on our board. That's a local Conroe business. They're over there in Spirit of Texas Bank. And it is I'll just read you the definition because I'm not exactly sure. It's a strategic partner for companies to reduce their telecom costs, improve transparency in telecom building, and negotiating world-class agreements. So it's a software company, and we just love all the support that Randy gives us. We have Kevin Baker, who is a course sponsor, and Kevin Baker is one of our top runners. He has been running
won,
in miles.
the 5K last year.
He's been doing Miles for Meals for years and since the beginning, and he always comes in first, second, or third. And he's also compassionate about seniors and dogs.
Yep.
So the Animals thing works so well for him. He has a weekly running club. You can find Kevin at kevinbakerteam.com. Takas is a new sponsor for us. Takas is an internet fiber optics company that brings really fast Wi-Fi to your home. They are in Bentwater, where I live, and I can attest to how amazing their service is. They also have awesome customer service. You contact them by emailing a little request in, and they actually called us back on a Sunday with our issue. I was really surprised by that. So
good
they
customer service.
sponsored the pumpkin shoot, and now they're sponsoring the 5K. Bradbury Brothers Plumbing, Cooling, and
Air conditioning.
is a new sponsor this year. They're a local family-owned
Yellow and blue.
Yes, operation. Been in here for over 30 years, and they were chosen Small Business of the Year by Lone Star College and Best of the Woodlands 9 years in a row. So for your
9
plumbing
years
and
is a lot.
cooling needs, and we have some other sponsors. Ace Fence, if you need any fence needs, they also come and run. Mary and James are very passionate about seniors. Wendell Homes, Josh and Tara Wendell. It's a local custom builder. They've supported the Miles for Meals as well as other Meals on Wheels events. Orange Theory, there's one right here in Conroe. Carrie, the owner of that, owns that one in another location. And I was introduced to Orange Theory. I don't go there, but by a friend who's not a workout person at all. And she absolutely loved Orange Theory. She says it was the best thing ever. So we're really happy to have Orange Theory on board again. And CMG Financial, it's a local mortgage company. Jennifer Contella can help you out with your mortgage needs. So thank you to all our sponsors. And we still have sponsorship
There's
opportunities
still more
open.
opportunity. I mean, because now it's not
until
February
April.
6th, it's April 17th.
So you'll be getting a lot more publicity.
So, and you can go to MOWMC.org, Meals on Wheels, MontgomeryCounty.org, and sign up. And it's chips, right? It's with a chip in your shoe.
Oh yeah, chip time race.
Yeah.
Time race. So
for the 5K, 10K, and virtual still going to be in the books, or we're not sure about that one.
Well, we're still offering virtual for those who are concerned. But yes, even though it's a family-friendly race that you can bring your strollers and leash dogs, it is a competitive because it is chip time.
Well,
So
of course
you
it's
can
competitive. Yes.
So you can choose which way you want to do it. But
very good.
Jillian's got a great program. Do we have any time left?
Yes, I want to mention, though, first of all, that you have Milstead Automotive is doing
yes.
a car show March 27th. And where is that going to be located?
It's at a Milstead Collision right now, and it's from 1 to 4 on Saturday, March 27th. And I did hear rumors that if it got really big, it might be moved over to Woodforest Stadium, but that's just a rumor at this point.
Okay, so we'll hear more about that, and it'll probably be on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Where you can find out more about that. So tell us a little bit more, Jillian, about your role over at Meals on Wheels.
So I'm the compliance director over there. I kind of make sure that all our grants are in place, but I also try to put people in the right grants so that it makes room for more people to be a part of it. But another thing that I do is I work really close with the clients and try to understand what their needs are. And especially during these times, their needs is socialization. And they just want to know that we're out there and supporting them. Some of the ideas that we have come up with is that we want to start giving our clients books or coloring books and puzzles just to keep their mind busy. Actually, this month we're doing what is referred to as a snuggle bundle, where we're giving all our clients blankets, a pack of hot chocolate, and some fuzzy socks. And then the children will be drawing pictures and we'll be putting it in there. We just want them to know that the community loves them and supports them. And that's something we plan to do every month. Last year, we did fall awareness, where we gave everybody a gallon of water and some information on staying safe. Because
dehydration is a really big factor in seniors. They don't have the
Thirst. They don't feel thirst.
They don't feel the
Right,
thirst,
exactly.
so they don't drink.
I didn't know that.
And when a senior falls, it can be pretty tragic. I mean, once you fall, maybe you start having to use walkers. So we just want to keep them safe and let them know that we support them. We team up with American Heart Association, and coming up in February is Heart Awareness Month. So we're going to be planning some big things with them. But it's all about just keeping everybody safe and letting them know we're here for them.
And limiting their isolation, because isolation leads to more falls. Isolation leads to cognitive decline. We feel it's just really
Right.
important that they know they're not forgotten and that they're getting multiple contacts.
Especially
absolutely.
with 2020, them being so isolated, a lot of our clients really didn't see their families over Christmas. And that's one of the things they really look forward to, is seeing those great grandchildren that they have. And that just wasn't an opportunity. The client that I was speaking of, she's 105, he's 86. They spent Christmas alone. It was just the two of them. And they were really sad and kind of depressed about it. So when Meals on Wheels came,
Have you had any contact with them?
I actually talked to him this morning.
Did you let him know that he was featured? That they were both featured?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. And he was very excited
Oh,
about
cool.
that. Yeah.
Very nice.
But we do. We stay in contact, and we want to know what our clients need, and we want to meet their needs.
Yes, we have Jillian's also in charge of a telephone system where we call the seniors who are in the rural areas. So the seniors who get the hot meals see somebody 5 days a week, but the seniors in the rural areas only see someone once a week.
Right. So we have our Caring Connections program, where we want to touch with our clients at least 3 times a week. So they'll get 2
That's
phone
great.
calls during the week just to see how they're doing, if they need anything. And then they get their hot meals delivered by their volunteer.
One thing
frozen meals
that
delivered
the
by their
isolation of COVID did was, we had a gentleman in Willis, and he said, because I can't go out and I can't see anybody, I don't have anyone to talk to and I'm losing my voice. Can someone please call me? So Jillian has it set up where he gets called.
He does.
Is that something volunteers can do too, or is that just staff doing?
It's
the Caring
something we're
Connections?
looking at
Okay.
to grow and have volunteers do. But right now we have our staff doing it because they'll report back to us saying this client has no heat in their home, or this client their water's not running, and then we can run out, get resources,
Correct,
and get
yeah.
them connected.
So, are there any plans to let the seniors know where they can get COVID vaccines? Anything like that?
We've actually started talking about that as things start to develop. I spoke with the American Heart Association, and they have some connections, and they're going to send those over to me, and then we'll probably do a little printout and put it with their meals and saying these are the places where you can get vaccinations.
Make an appointment, and then maybe if they need transportation, that would be something
Exactly.
that y'all could help them with.
Yep. As things are changing every single
yeah.
day, we try to keep up with it the
I
best
know,
that
it's
we
crazy.
can, but we definitely want to get all our seniors vaccinated.
Anything else you want to add, Sarah? I've been given the countdown here.
Plenty of time to sign up for Miles for Meals. It is a lot of fun, and the swag is great. Where else can you, for $45, get a T-shirt, a pint mug, and 3 pints of craft
Yeah,
beer,
right.
and support homebound seniors?
Yep.
Yep, so
absolutely.
make a difference. Started out right, 2021. So go to MOWMC.org and find out how you can plug in. Of course, you take cash too. They can make donations, right?
Yes.
Can you pledge a monthly amount?
Yes, that is a really very great thing to do for us because
Okay.
sustainable
'Cause then
income
you
is
can-
better.
yeah,
And if
you
you
can
want
plan
more
for it.
details on the race, MOWMC.org/Miles for Meals.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies. Did you have something else you wanted to add?
I just want to say if you've never volunteered for Meals on Wheels, I strongly encourage you to do it. You do it one time, volunteer, deliver a meal, it'll change your life. You know, I mean, it's a very simple
very
thing
gratifying.
to do. It is.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you,
and
Margie.
Miles for Meals and Meals on Wheels, Montgomery County.
Thanks, Margie.
Thank
Thank you.